think it wants to behave this time. Plug it into a different port. Shouldn't freaking matter, but whatever. It makes it reinstall drivers. Sometimes USB stuff just pisses me off. Okay, kill the music, let's go. Now, what was I doing? That's the real question. Task journal. So you can go talk to a cell. I need another day. The church. Stay in the church. Do I need to visit the trap again? I think I already reloaded it. By the way, it looks like we need to go talk to Suna. What am I holding? Is that a wrench? It's the chain cutters. It's tiny. That is one hell of a prying tool, though. Don't mean to pry, but we're getting close to the end, though. Cool, we could run faster. Jam rock shuffle.
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? 10,000! Ecstatic vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too.
He looks at the imposing black box in the corner, just charting out the set.
Now the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honours, detective?
You already named it.
You have? Like that,
But this...
The past is the future, but the future is there.
No, it's beauty. And
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
I did this last time. Maybe I didn't save it.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name. You should go with the flow. Join it. It feels good. It feels right. But what is this? What is this thing that Andre is doing with his limbs?
It's dancing.
Yes, my man.
Audio waves thump against your ribcage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better. But there's a noticeable lack of something.
it's to
Is that a bald
Did all
spot?
that.
It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes.
Fair
But-
enough.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway,
A molten toothbrush. What? Civil affair. 18.
goodbye.
Don't know if we can actually get our skill up high enough right now to do it, but we can try. I don't think 1 point's gonna make a difference though. Feels ridiculously high. There'll be a better way to do this. Nope.
Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore. Hardcore.
What is it?
Yeah.
Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born, and the amount of lyrics I got is against the law. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the
What does he
mega. Internally coherent.
All car. All right. Yeah.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music. In
Hardcore. Ah.
Okay. So hardcore.
Is it though?
Is it? I was just thinking that a moment ago. Could be harder.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
I'm just seeing what all they say here.
Internally coherent.
You know who killed them or what?
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
I said that before. What does that mean?
Yakokata is a hardcore place. The club
What's he got?
hardcore, internally coherent.
All car! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore.
No, it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I'd asked you a question, but I didn't.
But there was.
Oh my gosh.
Hardcore,
One last
internally coherent.
All car! All right! Yeah!
He furrows.
The question is, but there was.
Okay. Had to try.
Yes, what is it?
How's the project? I see that your neighbors have moved in, but all I hear is hypnotic dance music.
What? What did you say?
How's the project?
I can't hear you! The music is too loud! Oh, the project! It's not going well!
Why?
There's that guy! I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Why don't you just ask him?
He doesn't listen to me! He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekokata! A place to be, apparently!
I'll speak to him.
Thanks! Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes!
Jazz hands.
Let me know how it goes!
Sounds like we need to talk to her first.
The clouds, true,
Clips.
hard, full, car.
It's different now.
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
All car! All...
Gotta get the people going.
See? I see.
Yeah, request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible.
Okay, it's gotta be something we can do here.
True, hard, full, it's hardcore. Skip it. The close. True,
there.
hard, full, hardcore, internally coherent.
All car!
He furrows.
Hardcore! The question is, but there.
Oh my gosh. Is there any way to get him to actually do this? Or do I need to talk to somebody else first?
True,
Probably.
hard, full, it's hardcore. Skip it.
Skip it, anger. Skip it out.
True.
It's hard to talk to you.
Hardcore to the here comes. True, hard, internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's the message, so listen and you.
What tasks say? Talk to Egghead about the oxygen. Yeah, that's the problem.
True, hard, it's hardcore. Skip.
Is there a dialogue option that works? Or do I need to do something else first?
True, hard, full, hardcore.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Lucky. True, hard, internally coherent.
Hardcore.
All car!
Gotta get the people.
What?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What's party like?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style. True, hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, yeah.
He is hard to talk to, isn't he?
True, hard, internally coherent.
All car!
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah. The question is, what? But there.
No. He did all that. Can someone else talk to him? This guy's impossible.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate with him. Yeah, sometimes, when I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Yeah, but we have to
Goodbye.
dance first.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you. Why does that trill sound familiar?
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like, underwater inside a tree.
Yeah.
But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead.
Before.
For getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does. Behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much.
Let's
And
try.
the crab man hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Okay, so now we have a problem. We can't bring me up any higher. There's some drugs I think that'll let you get past that. What do we got? Alright, psyche maybe, I guess. Ledger on. Take a drink. Maybe use some drugs. That should give us a little boost. A lot of boost.
Welcome back.
The device is still
Damn.
warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I wonder if that Omicron's an Easter egg. There was a game named that. I'm sorry you have to sit here in this damp church with the drugs wearing off. At your age, in this place, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
Nicholas, you look that bad in the painting. People who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in their failure with this by your side.
Your words echo through the hall. The wooden boards all around groan and creak. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
Nothing if you got this.
Okay, I'll stick to it.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now, as an equal.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
Who's that eating me? There's nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay.
I guess there's
Be a boy. What is it?
light of the working class.
Oh, really?
The golem of capital runs around. This is communist
Wow.
out here.
Social justice really matters that much to you? That's commendable. It really had you shaken up there. Are you sure that's it, though?
No problem.
No. It sounds like you just got chick issues.
Now that you mentioned it, I found these letters I'd thrown in the trash. Might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
They were written in a woman's hand.
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all.
Oh, there's a lot of political
Who
problems.
was she? Really?
I don't remember.
You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
The same.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Maybe.
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
I think it's about me getting so unbelievably drunk that I completely erased all memories.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What now?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
All right.
Sure. Sure.
Tell me about
You
your
helped
friends.
us out. I can repay the favour. What do you want to know?
What's the deal with Egghead?
What do you mean? Actually, we don't know where he's from. Or who he is, really.
Fair enough.
One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning. All night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah. It was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak.
Oh,
It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was.
someone.
I think his name is Jermaine.
Stumbling their way through life.
People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two. You wish you'd been there.
What do you think he's doing? He's yelling all that
Oh,
stuff.
that. He's the party boy.
Told me as much. What exactly is that?
Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Go on.
Ah, okay. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in.
Go on.
He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
Go on.
Who do you want to know about?
Noid.
He's a Forburger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forburg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle. What do you mean, do? Like for a living?
Sure.
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that, in a shop somewhere. He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself.
And you?
Sir, I abide by the law.
A strange feeling. Every now and then, something feels off about the way she speaks. She doesn't change tone, but you feel as though there's more about her
What's
than
this
she
pilgrimage?
lets on.
It's just something poor Forburg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock, or as much as possible.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know. Is it?
then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
It's unlikely I'll make it there. Chest pains. Need to keep drinking. But thank you.
They do say death is an avenue like any other. I still think you'll make it to Boogie Street, though.
Maybe so.
Who do you want to know about?
Wrong button. Andre.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least.
She rubs her sides, but not from cold. Her shoulders are relaxed. She must have taken a hit, or she's on an upswing.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organiser.
Go on.
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from.
An augury.
Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high.
Maybe.
I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
Relax, girl. We're police officers, but we're corrupt. Rotten to the marrow. You can tell us about drugs and shit. I don't care.
Yeah, drugs, shit, fuck. We don't care.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway. Yes.
Related? Boyfriend?
Who do you want to know
Nice.
about?
Tiago. Who was Tiago?
Oh, the crab man.
Oh, yeah.
Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters.
Weird person.
I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
Oh, he does.
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
What does he do up there?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do, yell up at the tower?
Okay.
Who do you want to know about?
Suna.
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time.
Probably doesn't want to be here.
But earlier today she told me about Welkins. And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
Yeah, the fortress accent and stuff. So, tell me about yourself.
Me? Again?
Oh. No.
Yes.
Thank you.
Better that. Sure.
Whatever. Let's go. Bullets. You got one bullet. Okay, let's talk to him.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in.
With wonder in his sharp eyes.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass.
Better here than that tent.
Okay.
What he means is, you're right, actually. The tent was a safety hazard, and this place was deserted anyway.
No, wait. What do you think about the church?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
How old do you think this church is?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand. Alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. The sea, perhaps something more fundamental.
He means something paranatural. He must...
I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
Say that as a carpenter yourself.
I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveller. Made me a bit manic, you know. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side dance community these days.
You go on.
The material knowledge is mega though. Guild shit. Teaches independence.
What style is this church built in?
A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
Go on.
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
What would it look like?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny.
Well, this church isn't painted white.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside. Before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Slowly, peeled by the wind, your skin crawls from the sensation as you look around.
What do you mean by dead bodies?
Dead bodies are perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Go on.
I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
So what exactly are you saying?
This religion of history is false core. It has collapsed.
And dance music will supplant it.
Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
Should be on drugs for that, though?
Only a little.
Oh.
It's a necessity. All large human gatherings are narcotic. It's just the way of the spinal cord.
There is a difference between narcotics and group elation. One kills you, the other does not.
Only if you overdo.
The supercharged humanism that the innocentric system has been feeding us on giant city squares, that's not a drug. The sugar and wheat it feeds us is healthy.
Forget it. It would become an imbecilic discussion. You two continue. It's more hardcore that way.
Hardcore.
He does not feel left out. In fact, he probably just wanted to say hardcore.
How'd you like the last word?
I don't. Fucker giving me the evil eye.
Why'd you get inside the church and now you don't like the window?
I didn't know it was in here. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love.
Mass murder on the floor!
There is something terrifying about it.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
Keep it.
The speed freak's eyes narrow with suspicion, as if he's looking at a man possessed.
It's not coming down. People are gonna love it. It'll be like our thing. Plus it keeps the cold and the rain out.
It's literally part of the wall. It's supposed to be an embodiment of the world spirit.
The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit.
He raises his left hand.
This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are. Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass-produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass-produce hundreds of billions of pigs. She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long-dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
But she's pretty.
She invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconographers. You set the standard, all right, then you meet it. It's effective like that. But it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers.
Right, I like it harder core.
In the true life of tomorrow, every woman will be an innocence. They will wear neon headbands and leggings, and they will glow in the dark.
But you don't like that. You liar. You like this one. The softness of her core is dear to you. Oh my living God, it's there. Suddenly you feel like you need to plummet into it. Look away. Say something.
Would you say she was, human?
I like this question, Cop Man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that.
It's okay. They hate this too.
Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
Yeah, but who, isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days?
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Unedited pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder.
He's very philosophical.
Likewise, no one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder. Just not her.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with negativity. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
Nice window.
Why do you keep saying that if it isn't making you feel well? Don't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about that damn window.
Yes. How are you settling it?
Odd to say, Cop Man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the crab man though.
Iago.
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
What do you mean?
The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him.
Squash. So what did Tiago tell you?
The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus.
I mean, there are dead bodies here.
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
Or
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs.
Okay.
Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church surrounding it to contain it.
Contain what?
I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this sonar person is looking for and trying to measure.
There's a hole in the world here.
It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
No fair. You change the outcome by measuring it.
The wood creaks as a gale blows by. Outside, dust particles fall through the darkness, settling down on the age-bleached floorboards. The structure does not feel particularly durable.
This building seems less than structurally sound.
No, it's pretty fucking unsound if you ask me. They should have built a club for Unedited music around it instead. Unedited music will definitely contain whatever we're dealing with. And if it can't, well...
What makes you think Suna's gonna fail?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
Found a doomed commercial area. Maybe it's the same thing the Ubis were trying to contain.
like a concentric ring spreading out, the struggling villages, and that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
Think there's any merit to this theory?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, Copman. Even I have limits. I'm a limited-size person.
Well, if it's without substance, I guess there's nothing to worry about.
Maybe you can figure things out, Copman.
Why are you so
I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well.
Why are you so suspicious about everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
Why are you called Noid?
It's short for paranoid.
Fair enough. What are you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to
Everything.
list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
What are the most suspicious things?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Alright, tell me more.
I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray, far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology. His eyes flicker.
You mentioned true life. What would that be like?
The life is true if it's free from fear, an internal division among oneself. In others, mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore.
Not think you would have that much dialogue. How would you go about returning this true life?
Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods.
With dance music?
Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes burning. The young man is dead serious about this.
You're advocating a noise-based society.
Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
Keep mentioning hardcore. What does it mean to you?
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well. Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore.
Hardcore!
Hardcore. Thank you for clearing that up. 240 watts to render this thing.
Happy to help.
Let's change
Oh
subject.
yeah, sure thing.
Conceptualization.
They're hardcore.
Okay.
It's just a style, you know.
Good. Make ourselves temporarily smarter. I don't think it'll be enough though. What is that? Intellect. That wasn't mine. Conceptualization. Plus 2. Those make us smarter, apparently.
does art inspire you so much?
It does, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world?
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the
No.
exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too? Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
What about music?
Only the most experimental kind.
Yes, I have been feeling critically.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, but don't I have to be 100% cop?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Okay.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world.
Yeah.
Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
What is? It was a stupid hat. Well, let's check and make sure we don't have anything else negative on it. Wait, kill yourself with it. You only have one morale left. We need to go get some morale boosters. Here. Do that. Make us slightly smarter.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
Right.
Dedicated, hyperactive, unified. You will have to add something of your own to understand this list of loosely formed qualities called hardcore. You need your own entry. Make it. Test your limits. Surpass them. Dance till you drop. Dance till you die, if you must.
Read all these. Okay, let's go with that one. See the sunshine, we ain't stopping, keep on dancing till the world ends.
If you fear it, let it happen. Keep on dancing till the world ends.
Okay.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Gonna have a hard time doing that
Goodbye, officer.
one. So, did we open up anything new here?
Vikla, true, hardcore.
Yeah!
Spinning out lyrics, and the amount of lyrics I got is... Vikla, true, hard. It's hardcore.
It's hardcore.
Skibadis.
Oh my gosh.
Vikla, true, hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
All car! All right!
are you
Yeah!
Gotta get the people going. Yeah.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
I'm about to come back to this place. Don't really see any way I can get him do anything right now. Talk to Egghead about the Ox Cable. Yeah, I'm trying.
Vikla, true, hard, full,
Maybe I have to dance first.
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Here
Alright.
come
Here comes the night.
Vikla, true, hardcore, internally.
All car! All right!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces.
Look at all that.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore.
Is it though?
It is.
But is it? I mean, really?
What? Just got him to talk. Question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore.
I know how to make it hardcore.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right
Look at that
next to
cable.
the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Would be big Ox Cable.
To the mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary. What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5?
3.5.
Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining is 4.5 millimeter. These two don't mix.
Need an adapter.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here.
Of course he does.
Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good people.
With a grin, he sticks the plug into the auxiliary line end. You hear a satisfying beep.
Whoa, thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade the sound quality.
Not usually.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the music off, please?
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec. For a special scheduled event.
Like how he rolls with it.
The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. All right, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes, and then I'll turn off the music.
Okay. They like it in the church.
Yeah! Back on the case, no disgrace. Bring it down to Party Place, the first page of the second chapter.
Could it be? Maybe for him, you only have a chapter or two left in you. Last of the penultimate, more like.
Said you were worried. What's wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
It's only ultra, not ultra hardcore. Not hardcore enough.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
The young man looks at you reverently, as if observing the judgment inside your head. Growing, taking form. His friend drops his loitering act and turns toward you two. He, too, waits for your judgment with undivided attention.
These clues.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
What happens if I pick one?
Wow!
For a moment, you almost think he's going to put his hand down, but that would be ludicrous.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot sink it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
How do we make it hardcore?
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
They gave it harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm. The inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah!
The abstract, the hard.
I
My
know!
imagination fails
So does mine!
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
No! This is the answer!
Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. It's not going to help us.
Oh. Yeah!
Wow. Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
Does that mean you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Reversion imperative!
Unless you were thinking Reversion imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
Fair enough. I wasn't thinking that.
Hardcore superstar!
Tell me something else.
Yeah!
Why are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
A more compassionate love.
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange damaged feeling grows on and on. 'Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
A dopamine surge accompanies the words. It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp, dissipating into your neck. Feels good. Like a spark of life in that moribund sponge you call your body.
Okay, I need to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. Just a moment. Alright, back we are. What's your real name? Jermaine?
Dark Horde Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Sure. Oh, this is pretty much a guarantee.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
He's more bass.
What?
No.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
I know where we can find a big-ass speaker.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
Maybe.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
Feels cold.
Does it?
He looks around, being really cold. Rue de Saint-Ghislain.
Oh, I know! I know this! I can tell you where it is!
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour.
Yep.
It's got the lanterns and the...
I got this.
I knew that! I could have said that!
and the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway.
For now.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
I have a tape with me. Does that work?
Tape! Yeah! Spins the tape until the space escape! Yeah!
Let's check out the tape first.
Alright.
Must already have it.
Yes, what is it?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit? Just in case.
Maximum! Maximum is the only way!
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instance? Just this one time? Maximum.
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master! There's no other way! Glue style!
Glue style? Okay, there literally is no other way. The mixing desk is glued to maximum.
Right.
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless.
Why do you want to turn it down?
Because I'm afraid that something might happen. It's an unknown phenomenon. We can always turn it back up if there's a need.
Can't turn down the hardcore!
I think what he's trying to tell you is the volume knob is glued.
Of course it is.
Yeah! Permanent enlightenment! Ray of sound!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5. Everyone ready?
Let's go.
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
Born ready.
Ready!
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
Let's go.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Not so stoically. His hand moves to the gun holster. Suddenly, your palms are sweaty. The church seems cold and large, somehow. There's tightness in your chest. Anxiety.
Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute disengaged.
She lifts her hand from the keyboard. Complete silence fills the room.
No wind outside. No waves. No floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. This is unnatural. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate. It's out there now, in the world, made manifest.
We have released it.
It will devour everything.
No, it
The
won't.
floorboards, the glass, the streets and the people. Nothing will remain.
That window break more is just because it's not lit up.
Guys, what's going on?
There's alarm in the man's voice as he steps back. Like a resonating bass. A slight rattle.
It's getting louder!
In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
You hear him yell, and something else, but his voice is growing faint.
In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. Salvation. He's peaking. The worst high he's ever been on.
So what's that weird rattling sound?
The beauty and the beat! The future of dance! Planetary!
No, Egg! It's the window!
The glass shards around her vacant heart appear to be vibrating from the sound.
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously, his eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
I mean, it was bound to happen anyway, looking at that window, but you should probably step away.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
A screech fills the air as wooden nails to pillars of the church twist and creak.
Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark.
Come down to earth! Love!
Below it, all the bass grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all. It's shaking the building's foundation. The floor twists, a great pulse arises in your flesh.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Oh, I want to dance.
Oh! I want to feel the heat with somebody!
Shit! It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you?
Yes, I've turned it off! Andre, pull the compressor! The place is gonna come down!
Yeah, should probably stop there.
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
You've unleashed it.
This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down.
You stop it.
And then it stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody is staring at Egghead, holding a dangling cable in his hand. A black 3-pin connector.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now.
Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now. That's a start.
Him, did you hear that?
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here. And you need to be very careful with it.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again.
So what was it?
It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically,
Who knows?
I have no idea. I've never even heard of anything like this.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
Want to write Sulislo?
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear.
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
Okay, what happens now?
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Sulispov. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway. Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinaise. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You're still alive. You have an explanation for all this. Somewhere deep in you. You just don't have the pieces yet. You don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows, could put it together.
Pale unknown. 1 point in logic's not going to help you. You need to get rid of that pale unknown. I don't know if you can though. Next task. Tape. Ruby. Let me look through that. Let's go take a look real quick. Really just spend the night here. These closed. There or something. Trash. There's the ship. On the other side, though. I feel like there's more to that Ruby thing. But of course there is. We still have the task. Which is probably not sitting out there. Oh, she is.
The old woman still sits in her chair, continuing with her chores. As she does so, she quietly hums to herself. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night.
You're still up?
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older. My suggestion is, don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough.
Fair enough. Try again.
The police changed your mind, did you? Don't make this old woman regret giving the police the key to her house. Here.
Maybe I lost it when I got myself killed. I feel like I've already done this.
Has seen better.
It's getting late. Good night.
Like I've seriously done this before. Floorboards.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others.
Like, I'm almost certain I did this yesterday.
The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Oh, just stick your hand in there.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. It's extra ammunition.
Yeah.
Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Like, all this stuff didn't get saved.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
My forward base.
Overhead, you hear the forlorn shriek of seagulls. Far below the birds, a wooden boardwalk filled with abandoned stands, tables and benches, echoes from a long-lost time. A middle-aged man stands in a rundown shack on the edge of a fishing village, listening to the heater hum on the wall.
Well, this feels like a cozy hideout.
Who are you talking to? There is no one here, not even cold.
Thank you, Strange Sensation, for a fair assessment.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Revachol forever.
Okay.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Okay.
Your hand trembles as you scratch your chin. Oh no, that's not how a grown man shaves.
Leave it for now.
Thank God, I would have cut your throat.
Do some hand-eye coordination. And hello there, emotional furry. See the waves, see church. What's this?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is, without the expression. It's just hairy.
Let's leave the mirror be.
The bed is comforting.
I'm not holding on to any drugs here, so more
The
morale
bed
loss.
underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Oh, this is the first time. Oh.
Like a
There we go.
deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Great. This is gonna be really chill.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
Not yet.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
I don't care. That doesn't scare me.
Hear that? You are naive to think he's afraid of his bloodied hands. Soul brother. Oh no. I see inside his amygdala and his hippocampus. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
What is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
Last dream.
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
The air will smell of apricots.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like that. It'll be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Okay. And we're back. There we go. So, I don't know if I want to burn my skill from that, so we are gonna dig through my inventory real quick yet again. I don't think any of these do hand-eye coordination though. So, Then we'll dump a point in there just for giggles. Don't really care. I'll waste points.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaked like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman. You use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
Pretty sure I did this yesterday.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Why is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Yeah. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely did this yesterday. I guess I didn't save the game or something.
Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression.
Okay, what else is there? Oh, that was
an old mirror hangs on the wall.
There's the mirror, there's a box up there. It's a jacket. Alright, back to the wash lady. Good morning. You asked the same thing I asked yesterday.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
With the bullet.
Damn that girl.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
So you rented the room to her?
Yes. I let my room to that Ruby girl.
He speaks slowly, wringing out a rag. After a long silence, her hands move to the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into? That girl.
Stuff.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out.
Oh, lots of questions.
Right there. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Almost certain I went through all these before, but let's do it again. It'll be fun.
Yes,
Monday.
Early with the dogs. Around 8 o'clock, I think.
Room the same?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Anything else?
No.
What's she like?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
Might light up a little bit. Wrong button. One notch. Might be a bit much. We'll see.
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
Have a possible explanation.
Aye. Do tell.
Might be an exit plan.
Exit from what?
Her life.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
Or it just says more about you.
No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter. Like you sometimes get, son.
Heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. Did you see that?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset. She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself the way some people do.
You have any cool stuff, like radio things?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
Who knows? I might.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up we go.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
I mean, it could be.
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
Oh, nice.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Okay, I need to let a dog out, so I will be right back in a few minutes.
They say some witches strive for the black ones.
Where are you, Rootlin? Rootler?
Real fire? Nuh-uh. It is too. They just smear ash on their lips first. That's why it don't hurt. That's all it takes. Ash? No, it's soap too. Try it at home later. Nice.
What was it happened to Faulty's digging?
The thinking customer will see right away I've got the best deals this side of the pond.
Our townhouse in Vizima's trade quarter. It has a red roof. Do you know if it still stands?
Sleep, sleep, sleep.
Look!
See the empty shipping?
Okay, all the dolls outside. I'm gonna move on. Pick up one thing I didn't pick up before. I just didn't want to make them. I didn't want to make them mad at me or anything. But doesn't seem to matter.
Hello, mister.
You know anyone named Ruby?
Luby. Raluby.
Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in, as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mum tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or sometimes I can, but then Uller.
Yep, it's kid.
Kids.
Goodbye.
Bye!
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall.
What? Try to sneak up to it.
It's not the phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire iron. How disappointing.
Of course it wasn't.
Don't be too hard on yourself. You couldn't have known that for sure. And besides, finding this phasmid is your special destiny. You can feel it.
No, it's not. Then we need to do something. I don't know, we can wander up the coast for giggles before we turn back around. Or we can go back to town, then deal with the coast and then. It's back here. Yeah, I've gone back here. Then we will.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Okay. Step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could be in there.
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack, in that church tower maybe.
I'm gonna fix my skills here for a moment. +1 shivers there. Start from the top. Party self room. Stuff. Shirt. Jacket. I mean, it's likely overkill, but I don't care. A nice tie on. So we are +3 shivers.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Pretty solid bonus.
Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city. Whatever you thought would happen did not. And now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning with your hands fallen to your side.
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay.
I was hoping to.
She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if that fails?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, displays. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Or will it?
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast.
Adventure.
Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
But we'll just do it again.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What's happening?
She's down there.
Hey, I think she's down there.
Okay. Why?
The wind told me.
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
Fair enough.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Try the ladder.
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190. I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to do something more subtle? Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
Where's your adventurous spirit?
This really has nothing to do with adventure. We are dealing with basic physics here.
Won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
Well, that looks fun. Teleport to the roof.
On second thought, maybe teleportation isn't a thing.
Why?
Because you're just standing there squeezing your buttocks and nothing is happening.
Oh, Kim, it isn't happening.
You're not. Please.
No, we're not ready. And our morale's already murdered. That's okay. Just save more often, I guess. Give me an error. I'm helping. What about that?
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the fell building?
Look in.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
You should use a flashlight. What's in there?
The pipe is sleek with rain. As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side.
And?
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
We get in through here?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
The lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks
The
around.
lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't usually notice these little things.
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
How convenient.
Oh yeah. Big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it.
Okay. Can't really afford to fail because you don't really have anything to store. So, let's put our physical instrument suit back on. All tanked up. I don't think we have much. -1. Wearing something that kills it. Attack. Stupid top. fancy bow tie or something? Yes. And since you've got health to spare... Oh, it's not.
Behind the pipe, the maintenance door. The metal doors are heavy, and the flaking rust hurts your palms. But, together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Good work. Shall we?
Go in. Should probably put a flashlight on. Just in case. Never know. Might need to see. Like the giant pry bar. New area, never been here. So return table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Old file folders. Glass.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
Components?
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass. Slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How'd they do that?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know.
Like glass storage. Hey Kim, look. Old cybernetics.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
So this is all that remains.
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Could this been part of the failed playback experiment?
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find a device here. You will be disappointed.
That's unfortunate. Fine. What's this? Interisolary suit achievement. In the beam of a flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Someone's been sleeping here. Stale fabric and dust. No one slept here in months. Maybe years. Okay, just not. Pots and plates full of dust.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. The plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush the dust off.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
Look, Kim, it's Comrade Mazov.
Yes, I can see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
How long, you think?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
So with all these secret weapons, caches, and secret bumpers.
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinaise being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Maybe I should move in here. It seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
To be connected to the Mazov bust we found?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
We tried. Wait, not there. That one. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed. Ancient flyers and brochures. Slimes. Oh, that's that slit window from the outside. Now, how do I get out? building seemed out of place. Boot prints in the sand. One of the soles appears more worn than the other. There's something in the air, unnatural buzzing. We're going to search the left side first. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. I wasn't ready yet. Antiquated office furniture. Nice place. Tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around. It's getting louder.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
You feel something?
No. What do you mean?
Hey, strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
You really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
Wow. I saw them too.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
Choices.
Yes. There won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now, but...
I also want to hear last.
Okay, why not? Whatever goes down might also affect her.
She knows
the
things.
Union is watching her closely now.
Not closely enough, you suspect, but still, good idea to visit her once more.
You're right. However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinaise without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands.
In this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean.
How bad do you think it'll get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
There's nothing you can do about it.
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
No turning back, you say, huh? Just for giggles, I'm gonna save this in its own special slot. Concrete pipe. Money. More money. Stuff. Lots of money.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
I think we found her.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Shoot the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to.
Well, there was probably a better way to handle this, but whatever.
Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
Of ears.
No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
So you're gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
That Angus said you had one.
That boy's really gotta learn to keep his traps shut. and it's not a bloody pale emitter. It doesn't emit pale. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break you loose.
So what's this pale anyway?
The pale? It's the end of the world.
How'd you get one?
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Have you experienced this compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Please, can you turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
How'd you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
Hiding bullets under floorboards.
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
You're desperate, aren't you?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you.
Well, it makes a lot of a difference. It doesn't matter.
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Oh, well, I guess I always knew she was a survivor above all else.
Right.
But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Your first guess wasn't entirely off.
Titus and his boys, man. They told us you were on the coast.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like,
It's just,
how the fuck do the rest of you get by?
I do it by asking questions. I don't know, I just stumbled in here.
What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
You say that Lily was likable.
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
Nothing more personal?
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, Pussy's not a problem for me, and definitely not a reason to off someone.
See her confident gaze, her toned arms. Yeah, she wouldn't have had much trouble in the intimacy department.
Did you feel protective of them?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate him, okay?
Don't feel sympathy.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
Go on.
I'm listening.
Have an alibi?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
Go with number 2.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
No one takes a 15-minute.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
Could have said that.
She speaketh truth.
15 minutes was just the time to do it, but that's the problem.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardenne. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
Never mind.
Don't know it. But also...
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
No one mentioned this?
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
You like Flash a lot.
I considered her a good friend, yeah. Oh, so that's where you were going with this.
You said you wanted to run away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts who didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
Clausia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off to later.
Whatever.
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leaving me on.
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
Despite all this, she's looking for a very...
Yeah. One time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were.
Well, they are.
I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
You helped stage the Legion?
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer. Go ahead. It's your body.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Sweetie flowers.
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
Not even wildflowers.
Nope.
So there's someone else involved.
No, I did not.
You're running drugs.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her.
No, he didn't. On my own way in.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
Well, yeah.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the union. I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun, has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
But you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor,
let's take a step
she's
back.
Afraid of you.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Break it.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
Yeah, okay.
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
It's likely repairable.
Oh, fuck it.
If she kills herself, you'll get her gun.
You only get one shot at this. What are you doing?
Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes it is.
All we can do is toss it forward. Point. All we got.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options.
Didn't think I would make that. What options?
You know.
Let's walk over. You didn't kill him, so we don't care about you.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
I mean, she didn't kill him, so what do we care?
Good call.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
I don't think she did it.
Her tent. We should check it out.
Back of the caravan. Oh, right there. It's over there. Dark water trails into the distance. Stuff. Cooking utensils. She prepared herself porridge with bananas. More money.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
Look inside.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes.
Okay, look at the books.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
Looks fun.
See anything?
Sift through the magazines.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook. You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
Okay, let's read. We might have to do this for another night. It's getting late.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Examine the cover.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. This was important to her when it was still hers.
Unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Study the handwriting.
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections. all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
What kinds of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Diagrams?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them.
How far back do we go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
So the day Lily died.
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Most recent?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road.
I just don't think she killed a mercenary. It's mostly a gut feeling, though, since we let her walk out without hearing her side of the story. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than with us.
So who do you think killed him?
Classio was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself,
But no one heard the shot.
Maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
We should. Let's go. Same way, just blocked. It's quiet in here. Just your footsteps. All on the left side, apparently. So what's up top? Card. Window. Glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see it. Gnomes Fall. It's a long way down. I think this is the ultimate method if you somehow manage to get on the roof, I guess. The central support beam has been destroyed. Gusts of wind. The heights feel dizzy. Teleport. What if that would actually work? Probably not. Okay, back out we go. Then, I need to go talk to everyone. Pretty much. Is your boat still here? Remember how to get to it. On the other side. Let's go around. You know it's easy enough.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Of course. Anything to help. I am sorry to have been... More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead.
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinaise?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. We always do.
You? You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso Mundo. Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol. Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
Said de facto.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm a lackey to capital.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent, provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
But what law?
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well,
wow.
I'm here to glad to have been of assistance.
This is actually pretty helpful about that. But this is where I'm going to call it a night. It's really late and I need to get to bed. So thank you for visiting. Have a good night. We shall continue next time.
How it got there, who it belongs to. That's all you've got to say. Huh. Well, I don't understand. Sounds better keeping our shut.